Shin Saimdang was a Korean artist, writer, poet, and calligraphist. She was born in Gangneung in Gangwon province. Her birth home, Ojukheon, is well preserved to this day. It was the home of her maternal grandparents. She was the mother of the Korean Confucian scholar E. Her nickname was Eojin Eomeoni, Wise Mother. Shin Saimdang was her pen name. Her real name did not make history because she was a woman in the male-dominated kingdom of Joseon. Her father, Shin Myung-hwa, was a government official and a friend of the scholar Jo Gwang-jo. He lived mostly apart from the family for 16 years. He lived in Seoul and prepared for the Daegwa, an important royal test in Joseon. He gave up on the test though because of the Third Literati Purges of 1519. Saimdang's clan, the Pyeongsan Shin clan, was founded by General Shin Saimdang. He was given land by King Taejo Wangon, the founder of the Goryeo dynasty, for his hunting skills, loyalty, and bravery in battle. Shin Saimdang's mother, Lady E, lived with her parents even after her marriage. Lady E was the only daughter. Her father, Saimdang's maternal grandfather, was a scholar, Lee Sa-on. He educated his daughter, Saimdang's mother, in the classics. This was unusual in Joseon. Thus, Saimdang, because of her grandparents and parents, had a great knowledge of Neo-Confucianism, history, and literature, as well as calligraphy, embroidery, and painting. She had no brothers and 4 sisters. This might explain why her parents educated her and her sisters like if they were boys. Her background also explains how she educated her own children later in her life. Her father chose Lee Won-soo to become Saimdang's husband. Lee Won-soo had reputable ancestors, but his family was poor at that time. Her father made sure that her future husband would allow her to continue her artwork, and Won-soo had no objections. Saimdang married in August of 1522. She was 19 years old. She continued to spend time at her parents' home in Gangneung. Her husband's house was in Paju, so she moved back and forth a lot between the 2 homes. They had 7 children. They lived in Hansong, present-day Seoul, a couple of years later. During Joseon, women were expected to be obedient to their husbands, but Saimdang was not easily persuaded by him. She soon realized that her husband was in love with a kisang named Kwon. A kisang was a courtesan. Her husband decided to live with Kwon, and, of course, Saimdang disapproved of it. It is said that she went to Mount Kumgang to meditate following this event. This was unusual for the wife of a yangban and was punishable with 100 lashes. But she went anyways, and nothing happened. The yangban was the highest social class during the Joseon dynasty. Saimdang's health must have been affected by this because she asked her husband to not marry another woman after her passing away. Kwon was the opposite of Saimdang. She was rash, unpredictable, and drank a lot. Saimdang's son, Yi, loved his mother dearly. When she got sick, the young Yi went to the shrine where his maternal grandfather's spirit tablet was housed. He prayed for his mother's health an hour every day. But his mother's health got worse, and she died in May of 1551. Yi was deeply affected. Her husband, Lee brought his concubine Kwon to live with him and his children, going against his wife's wishes. It is thought that Lee didn't listen to his wife because he was jealous and felt inferior to her. In Joseon, women were discouraged from showing their talent to the world and had to live at their husband's home. Saimdang had no brothers, so she could live and take care of her parents. Her father actively wanted her to develop her skills as well. Her artwork is known for its delicate beauty. She was also praised for her calligraphy, but unfortunately not many remain. A governor of Gangneung in 1868 remarked that Saimdang's calligraphy is thoughtfully written, with nobility and elegance, serenity and purity, filled with the lady's virtue. The scholar Ojukheon mentioned in his book Paegwan Japki that Saimdang's paintings of grapes and landscapes compared to those of Angyeon, a famous painter from the early Joseon period. Chochungdo, a form of minhwa, Korean folk painting, were realistic paintings and studies of nature scenes. In her case, probably from her own gardens, around 40 paintings of her remain. Here are some of her surviving works. Her insects and plants painting is found on the reverse side of the 5,000 won banknote. On that same note is the image of her son, Yi, as well as her home, Ojukheon. Shin Saimdang is the first woman to appear on a banknote in South Korea, the 50,000 won note issued in June 2009. Her drawings, Muk Grapes and Chochungdo Subyeon, appear on the note. She was selected to be on the new note because she is a representative female artist in the middle of the Joseon period and a person who has accomplished a remarkable achievement in gifted education by fulfilling her wife's role. The selection was expected to raise awareness of gender equality and to raise the importance of education and family in Korean society. But, arguably, it reinforced sexist stereotypes about women's roles. In the next episode, I will elaborate more on women's lives during the Joseon dynasty. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Stay tuned for more videos on the history of Korea.